class is done vlog. Then I met up with my group partner to work on our project. I'm having my spaghetti. I also had some salad before with the lettuce and lemon and olive, but I already ate it. And I'm watching episode 2 of The Last of Us, which it's a beautiful sunny day. The vibes aren't really right for it, but I want to watch anyways, so we'll allow it today. Okay, vlog, that episode is actually one of the wildest episodes of television I've ever seen. I'm not gonna say what happens because it's an incredible spoiler, but it is kind of annoying. I had the spoiler before, so I knew what was coming, and what it is that happens is actually so outrageous that, like, I would not have believed that it was actually real until right up to the final second. Like, would have been crazy. But no, had to get it ruined before, so that's fine, whatevs. Now I might do my first aid training pre-stuff to get my account signed up, and then I'll probably go outside. It's a nice day. Okay, I'm opening a new thing of yeast. Ready for this? Ooh! It smells yeasty. I'm making bread, so I have in here a cup of water. We're gonna add in half a tablespoon of yeast and also 1/8 of a cup of sugar. That one's kind of wet. So I'm just using the 1/16 of a cup twice, which is, I feel like that's a tablespoon. I could be wrong. 1, 2. And we'll mix it up a little bit, and then we'll let it get all foamy. I decided that I would actually, I'm just using a dough hook. Decided I would start my bread now because I was going to go outside because I'm thinking I can bring my blanket and kind of just lay on the grass outside and do my readings for class, work on my project, maybe do my first aid training. I guess it kind of depends on how good the Wi-Fi is. So now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't be doing that outside, but I'll read my book outside at least. Well, my computer's almost dead, so I have to give it time to charge, which is why I'm making the bread now. Here's our yeast, all puffy. It ended up being more than like 5 minutes, because I decided that I would just do my readings in here and do my project in here so that I wouldn't have to worry about the Wi-Fi. So that's all done now. It actually didn't take me very long. Now I'm going to add flour to the bread. I should check the recipe, but I'm pretty sure it was 2 cups, but I'm gonna check it. I just had the best surprise ever. I went to get some rice cakes for a snack, and I thought that they were everything bagel flavored, which I do like those ones, but the ones that I had right before, or like the last time, they got really stale, and then I ate it and then it tasted kind of gross because it was stale. So I was like, I don't really want that kind. It's white cheddar. How exciting is that? Okay, vlog, now we're outside. It's literally such a pretty day. Look at how green the grass is. It's also so soft. I'm laying on this blanket, but it's like very plush and soft and nice. Now I think I'm gonna read my book some. But I also kind of feel like just laying here, so we'll see what happens. Okay, vlog, we've now been outside. I went outside and read 1 chapter, and then I was like, I kind of don't feel like actually reading it anymore. But I also didn't want to just be laying there doing nothing. Kind of have a problem with that where I don't like not doing anything because then I don't feel productive. But oh well, let's still work through it at a different time. So I pulled up the audiobook and listened to it as I read it, or as I laid there, which wasn't super great because I almost fell asleep. It was super just like nice and relaxing being out in the nice sun, you know, beautiful day. And I feel like I haven't felt so much lovely sunshine since last year, so it was perfect. But anyways, there's the bread now. It rose for an hour, or yeah, about an hour. And now, just gonna cover it up again. And now I think what I'm going to do is, as I was out there, I was like, this feels like one of those days that you would like go out. I can't think of what the places are called, but the places that are literally like, there's so many of them in Carleton County where they sell ice cream and like other random, like, chicken strips, hot dog, like that type of thing, fish and chips. Like, they have the weirdest menus of just a ton of stuff that you can get. And then you'd, like, have it as, like, a little, eat it at, like, their outside picnic tables. It's like, that would be so fun, but I don't know where any of them would be in Moncton. And there's one place that's kind of similar to that. Not really, but it's, like, they have a ton of random things, and it's all in just this one little building. And I remember we went there last year in the spring, and it's called Paparazzi Poutine or something. But that's, like, one of the restaurants within this one place that has, like, 5 restaurants. I don't exactly know what it is, but anyways, so I Googled it, and it's a almost 8-kilometer walk away, and I was like, I'd do it, like, don't tempt me, but then it would also be that much back, and that would take me, like, probably wouldn't quite take 2 hours, but even still, that would be getting back at, like, 10 o'clock, and that sounds dangerous. So I decided against that, but, I think also, I was like, oh, well, I could just take the bus back, but I was looking at their menu, and every single thing is, like, $20. It's like, no thanks. Not that. It was, like, more than $20. So I was like, no, not today. Don't feel like it. Because I don't know if I said this before, but I used up some of my allotted budget set by myself for this week to get tickets to go to see Cinderella on Thursday night, the ballet. So I'm very excited to see that. And it was only like $35, which I thought was pretty good. But yeah, so instead I'm going to go on a little run, I think, and then after that I'm going to walk to the King's ice cream place, which is on Mountain Road. It's only like 2.5 kilometers away or something like that, but it's never open during the year because they're only open in the summer, obviously, but it's open now, and today feels like a great day to do that. So I'm going to go and do that, and then we'll see what I end up having for an actual supper later. I don't know, but I'm feeling like little ice cream dinner / pre-dinner is the move for today. Look at how massive this is. This is their second smallest size. Gonna give a little review because I haven't tried these flavors before. They're Mrs. Dunster flavors. This top one is ginger snap cookie. Pretty good. Definitely has a little bit of that, like, ice cream place ice cream taste where it just has like the slate taste that tastes like all of them mixed together, but it's pretty good. The other one I got is a coffee donuts one, so we'll see that when we get to it. Okay, I've made it to the coffee, so we're gonna dig in. I don't actually see any donut pieces, but I think that's one they gave me. Okay, vlog. I'm now in Evan and Hayley's car. Say hi. Hi. We were just at trivia, which we didn't win, but basically we did because we didn't get last.
Exactly.
Okay, we got back. So the way I ended up at trivia was that I was walking to get ice cream, and then Hayley messaged and asked if I wanted to come, and of course I did. So then I walked to Jean's on my way back, or Anita's, I guess it's called. Instead of going back to Crandall. And then, yeah, had trivia. It was a fun time. And then, when I was there, Canada's Got Talent started, and good thing I checked, because I was like, okay, I'll just see, like, who's going first, and it was the Martin Boys, which are the people who I want to watch. I don't care about anyone else. No offense if you're watching this. But anyways, yeah, so I submitted my votes, used 6 emails, so I voted 60 times. Pretty big fan, you know. Plus I just want someone from Woodstock, New Brunswick to win, because that's dope. But yeah, and so I came back and then watched their performance, and now I'm just gonna wait until the end and then tune in for the end of it, because I don't really care what anyone else does. I'll watch it on YouTube later. Right now I'm having some cucumbers with my leftover tuna salad from the other day, and putting in the oven to bake my bread. It looks really weird. I don't imagine it's going to turn out fantastic because it was supposed to rise for 1 hour and it rose for approximately 2.5. So definitely going to be a little overproofed, but what else? Okay, vlog. So I was looking for something else to add to my supper. This is a banana. This is not what I chose, but I am going to make little muffins with it, I think. And then I was like, I'll see in the freezer if there's anything, and I found a bag of what looks like frozen nuggets. I think they weren't mine, but they got left here. They did look quite freezer burned, but I was like, either I try them and then throw them out, or just throw them out anyways. So might as well try it. So they look pretty cooked. I am curious. Actually, maybe they should cook longer. Maybe they should. I should have been timed. It's been 6 minutes. I feel like usually stuff would be like 7 or 8. But yeah, I'll do a little taste test on camera in case they're actually red set and super old, but we'll see. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. They look crispy. Actually, that one's soft on the side. Weird. Okay, this one looks crispy. I have Four Seasons playing in the background. Cutting it in half was probably not the best move. That looks weird. Okay. Nah. It doesn't taste bad. I don't think it doesn't taste like freezer. The lady is currently smashing strawberry statues off of her balcony. Yeah, they're okay. I probably won't eat them all. I feel like I don't like them that much, but I'll have a couple. Nuggets are kind of a bust, but there were frozen blueberries in the freezer. It's really a gold mine in there, and these are actually very, very good. Here's the bread. It's so flat. It does not look good, and it actually kind of smells like acetone. Like, I think it's acetone, like nail polish remover, which I think is just from letting the yeast go for way too long. So here's our taste test. It's not awful. It tastes better than it smells, but it really does not taste that great. It's also quite dense and chewy, but there's literally an entire bag of bread in the freezer that I had just forgotten about. This is definitely also underbaked. Not my best work. That's what happens when you forget about what you're doing and don't plan things accordingly. You get that. So we'll put that away, leave it until I'm really desperate for some more bread, and then, yeah, now I'm gonna make banana muffins though. Hopefully they turn out better. Okay, muffins are ready to go in the oven. It only made 4 of them, which it only used 1 banana, so that's to be expected, that it wouldn't make that many, but I wasn't cluing into the fact that it would actually make that few, but that's okay. I just saw I paused the other show I was watching to put on Canada Just Got Talent to see the last little bit, and it's not completely done yet. They announced, it was like right on time. I saw like maybe 3 commercials, and then it was announcing the final 4, and the Martin boys made it in. They were the first ones to make it into the final 4, which is kind of crazy. Like, whether they win or not, that's actually wild to have made it that far on a literal competition show. So good for them. I'll give an update on how it goes. Okay, I've got it pulled up on my laptop now so that I can film my reaction. I haven't seen any of the others really, so this is also my first viewing of them. I don't really like that song, so sorry. Also, I don't know if this is a budget thing or if it's a... Oh. Man, boys, they're there.
We have put everything we have into this opportunity.
You need to quit your day jobs.
Okay. This will be the moment our lives change forever. I really hope Canada feels the same way.
I feel like if I recall from watching America's Got Talent when I was little, like clips of it on YouTube, not the actual show, I feel like the finale ones were always like crazy. Like I remember like Sophie Dossie's, but it might just be that it's Canadian's Got Talent, so it's not as big. Okay, I'm gonna pause until they actually reveal something.
The act coming in 4th place is
But it's gonna be the dancers.
Nicolina.
Oh, I didn't actually ever hear her sing, so
One more time for Nicolina.
I imagine she's good since she's in the finale of Canada's Got Talent, though.
The act taking 3rd place.
Now the dancers. I've also never seen them.
Funky Burst.
I was right!
Congratulations.
My prediction is not based off skill, it's based off the fact that talent shows like singers. Okay, it's actually crazy. Top 2? What? Okay, let's see. Sarah Prayer. We'll see what happens. No matter what, they still are 2nd place, which is crazy. Oh, their family looks so sad.
Okay.
But like
this
happy
is
sad.
it. We're down to the last 2 acts in this competition.
Last
Jacob
two.
Lewis and the Martin Boys.
Jacob Lewis
You've
and
made
Martin.
it all the way, but there can only be one winner. Shania, do you have any final thoughts for these 2 acts?
First, I want to say thank you very much to all the viewers because
Wrap it up.
we have never
Come
had
on.
as many voters. I should say voters. Thank you to the voters. We set a record. We've never had as many
Yay.
voters ever in the history of Canada's Got Talent. And so, you know what? That just says everything we could possibly say about the talent that's been up on the stage. And you guys have raised the bar so high. The voters just jumped in and have been there for you guys. Either way.
The location too, I feel like Carleton County area is the type of people who something happens and since not much happens, it's kind of like everyone latches onto it and just goes crazy with it, so would not shock me if like a ton of people from Carleton County all voted for them.
For the million. The winner of Canada's Got Talent 2025 and $1 million from Rogers is Jacob Lewis!
Bro.
And congratulations to you two, the Martin Boys! An absolutely sensational run!
Okay, well, guess we'll have to go back and actually watch some of his performances. I'm pretty sure he did get 2 golden buzzers, so that's pretty crazy. I also, there's a chance I'm thinking the wrong person, but I think he was maybe going to use the money to help his 6th son, so that's a pretty good reason, in my opinion. At least I think so. There's his wife and son coming up on the stage. That's, aww, that's so cute. Look at him go. That's precious. Aww. But yeah, and also I feel like that's still really good for the Martin Brothers because one, now they get a ton of exposure from the show, and not only do they get the exposure just from like being on it, but I feel like a lot of the time with shows like this, the person who gets runner-up as far as like getting people behind them and fans, like no one's watching it and being like, ugh, I guess they weren't as good as I thought they were. I feel like a lot of the time it's like people rally behind them more because they're like, oh, I thought they should have won, like I voted for them, why didn't they win? And so then they get just as much support as they, oh, those are not cooked, just as much support as they would have if they had won. So good for them, congrats, it was fun to watch. Otherwise, Canada's Got Talent, my advice to you is put more acts that are actually good, and then I might actually watch the whole show and not just the one act that I want to see. I was just getting worried because I was like, my banana muffins aren't cooking. What did I do wrong? How did I mess up 2 baked things in one evening? Then realized they're not cooking because I shut the oven off after I made the bread. And forgot that I did that and thought I left it on. Because when I opened it, it was still really warm from the bread, so I just thought it was on. So that's great. Now it's on. We'll see how they do after just being nicely warmed for 15 minutes and now coming up to temperature in the oven, because I feel like that's probably better than if I were to just take them out and then... That was loud, goodness me. Than if I were to just... Stop! Why are you so loud? It's really loud. Yeah, I thought it would be better to put them in and just keep them warm instead of trying to take them out and then re-putting them when it's reheated, but we'll see what happens. Here's the work I got done on my shorts. I only did 4 little flowers. The flowers themselves don't actually take that long. It's just the switching of the string that takes a while, and the resetting up my little loop on to the part of the jeans that I want it on every time. So that takes a little while, but I also realized I don't really like them when they're not, like, rolled up, or, you can't see that, cuffed up. So this time, when I'm doing it on this side, I don't have to do it as much because I already have it cuffed. And I'm on episode 7 now of the 4-season show, and it's pretty decent, you know? Some stuff I don't love, but whatever. Here are the muffins. They actually look really good compared to this bad bread, but I haven't taken them out of the thing yet. I did not grease this pan. That's my fault. Let's see if it will twist. Oh, yes. Look at that, nice and thick muffin. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna do up my dishes from the day, and yeah, clean up the rest of the kitchen. Okay, show is now done. It is 12:44, so I do need to go to bed. Oopsie. But the ending was actually good. I will say, so basically premise is, actually I'm gonna find the premise on here so I don't accidentally, I don't know what, it should be like a spoiler or whatever. Okay, if you care a lot about spoilers, don't watch this part. 3, 2, 1. Basically, there's like a friend group of 3 couples, but then one of the couples gets a divorce, and then he gets with this new, like, young woman, and so then it's kind of, there's 2 episodes for each season, so like summer, winter, spring, fall, whatever. Those weren't the order of the seasons, but at least I don't think they were. I don't remember what I said anymore. But, and so basically in each one, it's like, just kind of what's going on with them. But then the thing, it got kind of old. I feel like they could have done with just 1 episode per season, because when you're just watching couples be dysfunctional in the same ways over and over again, it does get a little old. But there was a lot of good humor, and for the most part, the characters were pretty likable. They had their moments, but it wasn't like, there weren't really any of them where I was like, ugh, I don't want to watch your storyline at all. But yeah, and then the ending was shocking. I'll say what happens, because don't watch it if you want to watch it, blah, 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 whatever. But basically, the guy who had divorced his wife who's in the friend group, he dies, like, in a car crash, and so then that's how the second to last episode ends, and then the next one, I think I showed in, like, the clip or whatever, that they're, like, having a funeral for him. So that one's all about having his funeral and kind of, like, the friend group's like, oh no, his other, like, relationship, the one who he'd been with all this past year, like, she doesn't matter, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, no, I do. And then it was actually quite touching, some of the stuff that they kind of, like, talked about. But also it does kind of, like, I was wondering, I was like, how are they actually going to be able to make all of these issues better? Like, there's not that long left. They only have 1 more episode when I was watching the second to last one. And then he dies, and it kind of just brings them all closer together, and the thing that was, like, keeping them apart is now gone. Or, like, before it's like they're both, I don't know, Yeah, I think that makes sense though. Basically, when he dies, things are easier because now there's not like two relationships. It's like back to normal in terms of relationships between people. But yeah, I was like, I don't know if I love. It does kind of make it. I mean, obviously, don't go to a random comedy show for advice, but it was kind of like, yeah, the only way to save your friend group if you do get a divorce is to have one of you die so that it can go back to normal. Probably not great advice. But then it ended with finding out that the young girlfriend, who was dating the other guy who had divorced his wife, is pregnant. So that was a kind of a crazy twist. I don't imagine there'll be a season 2. I feel like they kind of did the whole point of it. It's just kind of to be left off in the open or whatever. But yeah, a couple takeaways. One, Julia Lester from High School Musical the series. She's in it. She was very funny. 2, I'm pretty sure Erica Henningsen, who is, I think this is her name, who was in Mean Girls. She was in it playing like the young girlfriend, and she was really good. And Coleman Domingo, I think it said he directed it. I don't know if he directed all of it or just one episode, but I thought he was pretty good in it. Pretty much all the characters were pretty good. The only one I didn't really like was Anne, but I just didn't like her character. It wasn't the actress. But yeah, I'd probably give it like a 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't always like super interesting or whatever, but for the most part it was a good time, and yeah. Anyways, now I'm going to go to bed, and then I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'll probably try to get a good part of my first aid course done, but I already have the readings done. I've got my other project done, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Good night!